Have you ever walked into a classroom on the first day of a new semester and wondered what to say? Maybe you wanted to start a conversation, but you didn't know how. Or perhaps someone started talking to you and you weren't sure how to keep the conversation going naturally.
That happens to many English learners. The first week of a new semester is full of opportunities to meet classmates, make friends, and practice speaking English. But if you don't know the right expressions, even simple conversations can feel stressful.
The good news is that today's conversation will help you feel much more confident. You'll hear natural American English that people actually use during the first days of school or college. You'll also learn useful questions, everyday expressions, and polite ways to keep a conversation flowing.
Before we begin, let's quickly introduce ourselves. I'm Leo.
And I'm Anna. We're really happy you're practicing English with us today.
All right, let's jump into today's conversation.
It's the first Monday of a brand new semester. I arrive on campus a little earlier than usual because I still need to find my classroom. Students are walking in every direction, some carrying coffee, others checking their schedules on their phones. Even though there are many people around, everyone seems excited about starting fresh.
As I look at the room number on my schedule, I notice someone standing nearby looking at a campus map. Excuse me, are you looking for room 214 too?
Actually, I am. I was just trying to figure out which building this is.
Looks like we're in the same situation.
That's a relief. I thought I was the only one who looked a little lost.
Definitely not. It's my first semester here, so everything is still new to me.
Really? Mine too.
Well, that's already something we have in common.
It certainly is. Maybe we can find the classroom together.
Sounds like a good plan. According to the map, we just need to go upstairs and turn left.
Perfect. Thanks for checking. As we begin walking toward the stairs, the conversation continues naturally.
By the way, I'm Leo.
Nice to meet you, Leo. I'm Anna.
Nice to meet you too. So, what are you studying?
I'm studying business administration. I've always enjoyed learning about marketing, communication, and how companies grow. How about you?
I'm majoring in computer science. I've always been interested in technology, especially software development and artificial intelligence.
That sounds interesting. I imagine your classes involve a lot of programming.
They do. Sometimes it's challenging, but I really enjoy solving problems.
That's a great attitude. What made you choose this university?
Several reasons, actually. I heard great things about the professors, and the campus has a strong reputation. Plus, it's close enough to home that I can visit my family on weekends. How about you?
I wanted a place with lots of student activities. I think meeting people outside the classroom is just as important as studying.
I completely agree. College isn't only about classes, it's also about building friendships and learning from different people.
Exactly. Speaking of that, have you met many classmates yet?
Not really. I've only talked to one person during orientation. Everyone seemed friendly, but I wasn't sure how to start conversations.
I know the feeling. Sometimes the hardest part is simply saying hello. Once the conversation starts, it usually becomes much easier.
That's true. Sometimes we overthink it.
Absolutely. Even asking something simple like, "Is this seat taken?" can start a nice conversation.
That's a useful phrase. By the way, overthink is a good word for English learners.
You're right. When you overthink, you spend too much time worrying or analyzing something instead of simply doing it. For example, many English learners overthink before speaking because they're afraid of making mistakes.
Exactly. But the best way to improve is by speaking anyway. Mistakes are part of learning.
Couldn't agree more. We finally arrive outside the classroom. A few students are already waiting by the door.
Looks like we're early. That's nice. We have a few minutes before class starts.
I actually prefer arriving early. It gives me time to settle in.
Same here. I'm usually less stressed when I don't have to rush.
Do you usually carry all your books on the first day?
Not anymore. I made that mistake once. Now I wait until I know which books the professor actually uses.
That's smart. Some textbooks are surprisingly expensive.
They really are. I'm hoping I can find some used copies.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Have you checked the student bookstore?
Not yet. Is it nearby?
It's just across the courtyard. Some students also sell books online after finishing their classes.
That's good to know. Thanks for the tip.
No problem. As more students arrive, we notice everyone introducing themselves. One student smiles and waves at us before entering the room.
Everyone seems pretty friendly.
They do. I think everyone feels a little nervous on the first day.
Probably. It's comforting to know we're all starting together.
The classroom door opens and students begin walking inside. Anna and I choose seats near the middle of the room.
I like sitting somewhere in the middle, not too close to the front, but not all the way in the back either.
I usually do the same. It helps me focus without feeling like everyone is looking at me.
A few moments later, the professor enters. After welcoming everyone, the professor asks students to introduce themselves to the person sitting nearby. Leo and I smile.
Looks like we've already completed our first assignment.
I was thinking the same thing. The professor asks everyone to share one interesting fact about themselves.
Interesting fact. Let me think. I enjoy photography, especially nature photography. Whenever I travel, I always bring my camera.
That's really interesting. I love hiking, so maybe one day we can explore a trail where you can take pictures.
I'd like that. What about you? What's your interesting fact?
I enjoy baking. Whenever I have free time, I like trying new recipes. Sometimes they turn out great, sometimes they don't.
That's part of the adventure. At least you get to eat the results.
Most of the time. Everyone laughs as other students share their hobbies. The atmosphere becomes much more relaxed.
You know, it's funny. 10 minutes ago, we didn't know anyone. Now the room already feels more comfortable.
That's often how first days work. The hardest part is getting started. After that, conversations happen naturally.
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
When you said the hardest part is getting started, could you repeat that a little more slowly?
Certainly. I said, the hardest part is getting started. Getting started simply means beginning something. Once you begin, everything usually becomes easier.
Thanks. That's a really useful expression. I'll definitely remember it.
You're welcome. Never be afraid to ask someone to repeat something. Native speakers do that too.
That's reassuring. Sometimes I worry about asking people to repeat themselves.
There's nothing wrong with it. You can simply say, "Could you say that again, please?" Or, "Could you speak a little more slowly?" People are usually happy to help.
That's great advice. The professor finishes explaining the syllabus and dismisses the class a little early. Students begin packing their bags.
Well, our first class is officially over.
And it wasn't nearly as stressful as I expected.
I agree. Sometimes our imagination makes situations seem much more difficult than they really are.
That's true. I'm glad we met this morning. It definitely made the first day easier.
I'm glad too. Would you like to grab a coffee before your next class?
I'd love to. I have about an hour before my next lecture.
Perfect. There's a cafe inside the student center. I've heard they make excellent coffee.
Lead the way. Maybe we can also compare our schedules. Who knows, we might have another class together.
That would be nice. Even if we don't, it's always good to know someone on campus.
Absolutely. Every friendship starts with a simple conversation. The two of us leave the classroom, chatting comfortably as we head toward the student center, already feeling much more confident about the new semester ahead.
And that's the end of today's conversation. We hope this real-life dialogue helps you feel more confident starting conversations during a new semester, whether you're in school, college, or taking an English course.
Remember, you don't need perfect English to make new friends. A smile, a simple greeting, and a few natural questions can go a long way.
Keep practicing these expressions, use them whenever you have a chance, and don't be afraid to start the conversation first.
If you enjoyed today's lesson, please like this video and subscribe to the English Talk channel for more natural English conversations that you can use in everyday life.
Thanks for practicing with us today. Keep learning, keep speaking, and we'll see you in the next lesson.
Goodbye, everyone, and have a wonderful semester.